awesome. What was I gonna say? What do you guys take away? We can't do the show and not talk about the ending.
The ending for me was like, what the fuck? This whole half of the movie was a fucking dream. Okay,
it was just it really mind fucks the shit out of you, because then you kind of were like, you kind of led to believe like he's having all these dreams and he's getting like he's mentally not stable, but then you kind of realize like this motherfucker's been like in a cryogenics like this whole time. And then it kind of, and it's funny because the ending's just kind of like, it kind of leaves you with asking more questions, like did he wake up and get revived, or did he get back sent to his elusive dream and shit? Like, I know everybody's like, oh, like he does say like he wants to wake up, but it just gives you, it's like Inception, dude, like where Leonardo DiCaprio spins the top, and they never showed like stopping or anything, you know. So they don't.
So it's meant to be an ambiguous ending, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's like, you know,
go either way.
But like choose your own, to each his own ending. You know, he did. To some people, he did wake up. He did get fixed, and for some people, he's just recurring dream again. You know.
I think for me, maybe it was the drugs that he had been induced in, you know, with during the coma or whatever, and that was causing these like lucid dreams, and they're kind of flowing into each other in this streamline of dreams until we figure out you know, what happens in the ending, and then he kind of wakes up and it's like him maybe in the hospital or whatever, and then he's like really starting his life. But I think everything after the crash is like in his mind,
psychological,
which is insane. To be like, oh shit, to invest so much time, you know,
into a story that is not really a story.
Because I could remember that there was some kind of twist with it not being real. A certain part of the movie wasn't real. And so, but you know, I can't imagine going to the theater and having no idea, and then just being like,
"Oh, I know." That would have been crazy.
I don't know. Some people will get really mad at that, and they think that it's a cop out. What did you guys think? You're okay with it?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant.
I loved it. I like how Diego kept referencing Inception. Kept saying like, "Oh, do you think maybe Inception got this idea from them?" Possible, but we'll never.
Well, I know Christopher Nolan. He's stated that he worked on this or that Inception movie for like 10 or 15. The script alone for like 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's quite possible. People,
possibly
good writers, you know, you
pull
from a bunch of sources and
make it your own, mold it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed the ending a lot. I thought it was really cool. It was a lot of movies, directors try to do that and fail. Miserably. This is one of those movies that's not the case, where it actually does well. It does what it's supposed to do. It kind of makes you think like, so what's really happening? Did he wake up? Did he not? Is this all how you said it? He's waking up from his coma. None of this happened. I think it did its purpose, and I enjoyed it.
I would give it I think I'm with you on the 7.
Okay.
You know, it's definitely more than half. I don't think it's deserving of the 43.
No, I think it should be more.
I would say like
maybe like
50,
a 60.
Yeah, 58, 60.
Yeah, high 50s.
For sure.
I really enjoyed that the scene where he is. I think it's the first scene he wakes up and he's driving down New York,
Manhattan,
and it's just completely empty. And I remember watching the news, and then Tom Cruise was being interviewed for this movie, and then he was specifically talking about that scene where they had shut down part of the whole strip
Times Square, right?
Times Square, and he was actually running down Times Square, which is pretty fucking. It's a
for us even
spectacular
today,
feat to do that.
For us,
which
even
is fucking
today,
crazy.
It's just like we can't imagine like a movie just stopping the whole fucking Times Square.
A lot of businesses losing money for 10 second. I mean, they probably maybe only had 1 or 2 times to do that scene, because I guarantee you a lot of people are like, well, I'm losing money with having my store with no people in it.
Yeah.
But
at the same time, I don't know. It's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, they might have paid him.
People love him. They're like, it's for him.
It's good advertising.
All right. But no, yeah, that's
a beautiful scene.
That's awesome because it's documented forever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that's a crazy thing to think about.
Oh yeah,
this is like Shutter Island before Shutter Island.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is another fucking twist in itself too. So.
Hell yeah. It's a good movie.
I would say the psychological undertones that are in here are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You kind of reap what you sow. I think that's what the meaning of this movie sometimes gives vibes to people, and including myself, about how if you fuck up, like you gotta live with those consequences. Mm-hmm. Like yes, there are second chances, but it doesn't make up for what you already did, the damage you already caused.
It's almost like, what if what he was doing was getting a premonition?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they kind of lead you up to, if you pay attention to the clues, he has a few dreams where he wakes up and he was dreaming. So it's like dreams within dreams within dreams type shit.
Yeah.
And he wakes up next to whoever. So what I'm trying to say is, what if like it's a metaphor for not for kind of being careful or whatever, or like it was like life was showing him what not to do, mm-hmm. and then he gets the reset. He gets to hit the reset button and play everything out right.
Yeah,
because he was kind of a doucher.
Yeah.
He like literally thought his like shit didn't stink. He was kind of fucked up to his friend. He steals his fucking friend's girl. Pretty much, and he lets him do it.
Yeah,
while he already has the like a pretty renowned girl already, mm-hmm. who the guy is jealous about, and then he's like, oh, actually I want to date the girl that you're interested in.
Yeah,
for real. So I'm saying, there's Diego was saying, there's a lot of things hidden here that if you want, you could sit down and break it down, I'm sure, for hours.
Mm-hmm. Also, his homie fucked him over too when he was like, he told Cameron Diaz's character that she was a fuck buddy.
Well, that's what he referred to her as.
And then when you see at the nightclub, and he's like, why'd you tell her she was my fuck buddy? And he kind of like stayed quiet for a minute, and he's like, I didn't talk to her. But it's like, yes, he did, bitch. Like, we all saw it.
Yeah.
And is because he was clearly jealous, you know what I mean? And obviously when you do some shit like that, he didn't know the repercussions.
Yeah.
And she ended up, at least in that sense, she committed suicide with him in the car, and then that hits this, shit, a train wreck of occurrences throughout the whole movie.
I wouldn't put it in that sense, but he kind of killed his friend.
Yeah,
and he kind of fucked up his life.
Well, that's what he says that in the beginning, or when he's when they get out of the club or whatever. He's like, "Did you tell her that I told you she was my fuck buddy?" And he's like, "What? Is that what you're fucking hung up about this whole time? Because it's my fault?" And he's like,
but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but if you were a decent human being,
you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do
your friend wouldn't have. He thrown him under the bus.
Yeah.
Because the guy was kind of a shithead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, people are they're gonna diss you when you're an asshole. And I'm not saying I'm not giving him the pass for what happens, but it's like, you gotta be careful. You know what
and
I mean?
that's the whole thing with you.
And every decision that you make in life has some kind of repercussions. Yep. Some smaller, some bigger than others. And him with his friend is his ultimate, undoing.
Yeah.
And so that's interesting.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Do we have some swan facts, sir?
Swan facts. All right. So Kurt Russell agreed to star in this film without even having read the script.
Wow.
Holy shit. So he just signed on.
Boom, I'm in.
Tom Cruise is in this? Alright.
He was like, I'm Snake, bitch.
Roundhouse.
So Nicole Kidman and Tom actually split up while this movie was in production.
Damn.
And he, a day before he went public with the split, he broke it to the production cast.
Oh wow! Oh shit! A little early, gave him a heads up.
Damn, so him and Cameron Diaz were like,
or Penelope.
And Penelope.
Actually, yeah,
both.
Penelope also starred in Open Your Eyes, which is the film's counterpart from 1997, which I already spoiled. Sorry. Tom Cruise thinks this is his best film.
Ooh, really? You know what? It could. To be honest, it could be, man. It could be his role.
I don't know. I don't think this is better than Edge of Tomorrow. Fool. I'm just gonna say, Edge of Tomorrow. What?
I think this
what is in a creative film. Man.
Yeah. I think this is solid too, bro.
No, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying.
What? Are you going back on your? No.
I'm saying there's a.
No, but it's
maybe on a par with something. I don't know. Kate Hudson actually turned down the role of Julie
Gianni,
sorry.
Julie Gianni.
That's a tongue twister shit to say. Come on, who wrote that movie? Who wrote it? Jared Leto auditioned for the role of the best friend, which later went to Jason Lee, as we know. Jared Leto. Angel Face.
God damn.
Yeah. Angel Face.
The film's title is referenced in the birthday party scene with the Claude Monet painting from 1873.
Yeah.
After the film, Penelope and Tom actually dated for 2 years. I'm sure you guys remember that.
Yes.
This was an Academy Award nominee for Best Original Song. What you're saying?
Paul McCartney.
The film opened at number 1 at the box office and went on to gross $200 million worldwide.
Jeez.
He's like, I can't.
People love Tom Cruise, man.
Yeah. Especially when he's running.
I mean, like internationally, people love Mission Impossible. Like, why do you think Mission Impossible is still going on? Because his
China,
his star power, man, and his fucking real stunts.
Think about like how back in the 80s, like fucking Sylvester Stallone and like Arnold Schwarzenegger were like action stars, or even Jean-Claude Van Damme.
But he was still there with Top Gun and fucking Cocktail and all those movies.
You see, like he's one of the last standing like those action heroes
that are still working. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
to an extent, so Stallone and fucking Van Damme, because Arnold Schwarzenegger does. But man,
he got back.
He's coming back for the Terminator.
He got drop kicked like a motherfucker this weekend and didn't go down, bro.
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What, in wrestling?
No, like he was doing like a fundraiser in South Africa.
Someone tried to drop kick him?
Some guy literally drop kicked him, didn't move Stallone. And I mean Stallone, fucking Schwarzenegger.
So he drop kicked him for real?
Yeah.
And he was just like...
He just looked around, he's like, what the fuck? It's up on Instagram and
I gotta check that out, guys.
Alright, my final song.
Okay.
After Cruise saw the original film at Cannes, he decided to buy the rights for the remake in hopes to have Crow direct. So he bought the rights in like 1998, and they sat on this until he finally had camera nod to, I guess, decide to come on and do the film.
Wow. Okay.
So, and he's an executive producer, so he really pushed the.